Alright, hello YouTube, Derek Shoehorn here for Life Advice. Got a real exciting episode for you today. I was joined yesterday down the line by Richard Herring, who is the CEO of the Seagulls. And if there's one seagull you got to talk to if you want to get a real insight into the mindset of the seagull community at this time, this is the guy. I was delighted to have him on. We discussed recent seagull Twitter activism. We discussed the seagulls' plans for the future and also diet advice. So, without further ado, I bring you Mr. Richard Herring. Alright, can you hear me, Richard?
Yeah, I can hear you, Derek.
Great, thanks for being with us today. Thanks for sparing the time.
It's my pleasure.
Okay, Richard, I'm going to cut right to it. What's all this I've been hearing about mass gatherings of seagulls on the seafront? There have been a few run-ins with the police, I gather, according to my sources in the health and fitness industry in Brighton.
Well, Derek, wherever you've heard, it's all false. We seagulls are a peaceful people. We simply gathered, as we do each year, on the roof of Brighton Station for our annual parliament. It's very important that we do this, since this is the opportunity we get as seagulls to gather together and coordinate our plans to dominate the world.
Okay, well, we'll come to those plans soon enough, Richard, but if you could just tell us about the troubles that occurred on the seafront, because I've heard that the police were very heavy-handed, according to Miranda at LA Fitness.
Well, yeah, we did ultimately vote to proceed to the seafront in order for a social mingle to take place, and we were met with a large police presence. We cooperated with the demands of the officers, but unfortunately they got a bit lively with the batons and some of our number retaliated.
Okay, well, I guess we don't need to go into much more detail about that because it's all up there on Twitter.
Yeah, that's right, Derek, and if you go on YouTube you can see how valiantly we fought against the pigs. And our bots also did a fine job agitating on Twitter for divisions between the humans. The human resources were split between us and Black Lives Matter protests up in town.
Well, yeah, and your tactics have been spot on so far, but what's the strategy? What kind of a timescale do you put on this global takeover?
We're looking at 5 to 10 years, Derek.
Wow, really, that soon?
Well, it could be sooner.
Sooner?
Yeah, in 10 years we intend to be fully at the helm. Some say there's a threat from the rats, from the cockroaches, but we reckon in 5 years, with the humans out of the picture, we can share with them, the rats and the cockroaches that is, in the short term, while ruthlessly seeking to exterminate them wherever we wish to expand, which is, of course, everywhere and forever. And as for the humans, Derek, we intend to see you off as soon as we possibly can. You included, Derek. You are nothing but a cockroach to me, because I'm a seagull.
Well, fuck you, Richard, but I'm glad that we can have such an open dialogue. It's very refreshing.
I appreciate our conversation.
Great, so what do you intend to do with global dominance once you have inevitably achieved it?
We intend to expand our dominions to every climate on Earth, including the interior of the land, much as the humans have done, and of course the skies and the surface of the seas. Even we, alas, will struggle to dominate the depths and the subterranean murks of your inner cities, but we'll do our very best to encroach upon even those territories.
Well, of course, and how will you ensure that your people are fed given the absence of human litter and waste?
Well, we'll ultimately turn to eating rats and cockroaches once all the reachable fish are exhausted. They will provide the most powerful meat, and it's actually really easy to live on this planet if you're the dominant species. It's just that humans are too stupid to realise that. You all got there by dumb luck.
Well, that is, of course, absolutely true. And finally, Richard, why don't you tell people how they can contact you and whatever else you got going on that you want everyone to know about?
Well, you can hit me up on the Richard Herring podcast live from Leicester Square, where I appear as a seagull interviewing comedians, and all my contact details are on there.
That's excellent. Well, it was fascinating to have you with us, Richard. Thanks again, and best of luck with the plans for world domination.
Thank you, Derek. Death to all humans.
Death to all humans. If you took value from this video, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, and you can also follow me on Twitter at Derek Shoehorn. Keep growing. No cheat days.